Welcome to Hope Matters Radio.
I'm James Hope, the mortgage guy. We have a power-packed two-show lineup to talk about how to get your money to work for you. Be it raising private capital, be it investing in real estate, maybe it's investing in paper. What does that mean? Well, you're going to find out. So today we have Justin Gall of RE/MAX Center joining us as one of our real estate advocates. Justin, we have one heck of a show lined up. Who will we be speaking with today?
We have Steve Lloyd, who's an expert in raising capital. So let's just jump right into it. Steve, how'd you get your start in the business here?
Guys, thanks for having me on the show. It probably goes back about 10 years ago. I was actually in the mortgage business. I was doing mortgages for investors, and I started to dip in to some of my own properties, some typical row homes in Delaware County, and rents ranging from $800 to $1,200, and I was getting financing then. And then we had the problems with the crisis that we had with the economy, and the banks stopped lending money. And I had a passion for real estate, and I needed to figure out how to continue buying my real estate. So, I had a really good friend that was buying houses on credit cards.
Wow.
He would buy a $30,000 house on a credit card. He'd use another credit card to get the rehab money. He'd be into the deal for 45 grand. He'd either refinance with the bank, or he'd sell that property and pay back his credit card and do it all over again. So that kind of made me nervous. So I just took people, individuals, and I educated them how to be a bank like PNC or Ocwen or Wells Fargo. And I taught them how to lend money just like the bank does. Okay, sure. Absolutely no different than if I went to PNC and I wanted to get a mortgage, they would make me sign a note which spells out the terms. A mortgage gets recorded at the courthouse. On commercial, you can do a deed in lieu. On commercial, they would do a confession of judgment, maybe personal guarantees, name that person on the insurance policy. And I just did the same. All the money would flow through a title company. So I would just take an individual and show them how to be the bank and just give them what the normal banks would consider. So I would just take a guy named Harry, might have $100,000, and put him onto one of my properties and give him a rate of return of maybe set between 7 and 10%. He would get paid monthly. He'd be a secured lien to the property. I would teach him how to, I would use his money to purchase the property, but then I might need $40,000 or $50,000 in rehab, and to protect him, I would teach him all the right ways to do it. And one way in that situation would be all draw schedules, maybe $10,000 at a time to keep him safe and
make sure the money's put into the property and not just handing over that 40 or 50 in one large chunk that could disappear.
That's right. And for the people that I'm teaching how to be the lenders, there's plenty of ways that they can secure their money. One of the things that I think why the banks got in trouble 6 and 7 years ago is because they were doing 100% loan to value. And when I educate people on how to be the bank, they have to understand that they have power. Let's just say I ask somebody for $100,000 and it's $120,000 after repair value. They're the bank, they have the money, they get to choose what they want to lend me. They might want to say, hey, I'll lend you $75,000 and I'll be in at 60 or 65% loan to value. Go get the other money from someone else. So. But people can do this by just having one or two people to an individual property and securing them the proper way.
And Steve, this is an interesting way for somebody that may know nothing about real estate in the general sense to get involved in the real estate market and earn a rate of return for their portfolio or a portion of their portfolio that they're going to diversify. But they don't have to go in there and collect the rent checks. They don't have to go in there and do the rehab work. So it's truly about getting your money to work for you is what I'm hearing after, we sort of cut through all the logistics of it all. When you have questions, the most important thing you can do is call 855-775-HOPE. That's 855-775-4673. Be happy to connect you with Steve to figure out where your portfolio is and what you could do to get your money to work for you.
Hope Matters Radio is brought to you by the Real Estate Radio Network. Visit HopeMattersRadio.com for more information. That's HopeMattersRadio.com.